really hard. I mean, at one point, both Tony, Ja, and our eyeballs were sunburned.
Some kind of rip in its gut.
Where the hell are we?
That lightning, it hit those markers and it took us somewhere.
Hi, Mila and Paul, can you see me?
Yes, can you see us?
Yes, I can see you. Oh, it's good to see you again. Last time it was Resident Evil and we miss you a lot.
Those different weapons. I've always had an interest in that.
Did you ever use that in the real life?
Oh, no. I mean,
Fighting with your husband?
No.
I'm sending you lots of love from Taiwan. Yay.
We had so much fun last time. We really missed it.
Yeah, I know. I hope you can one day come back and, promote another Monster Hunter.
Guys!
So what? Are we like Guardians of the Galaxy now?
It's an epic movie. How you're always into making the film adopted from the video games. And Mila, you're always the leading actress. What was the challenge this time? Because I know that you only shot on the real set.
So here we are, 4th day, I think, in Monster Hunter Village. We are all living in tents, and it's our day off today. It's crazy hot.
One of the things I fell in love with when I played the video game were these amazing landscapes that have been created. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to create this fantastic world to immerse the audience in. And I wanted to do it for real. I didn't want to shoot against a green screen. I didn't want to create it in a computer. I wanted the audience to believe that this place was real. So we had to find amazing locations on Earth to go and shoot. Mm-hmm. And all of these locations ended up being in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, I know, right?
Ended up having to shoot hundreds of miles away from the nearest habitation. Everyone was living in tents. Quite often it was incredibly hot or incredibly cold. We had dust storms all the time. There were scorpions and snakes and spiders.
Wow.
Very inhospitable, but very, very beautiful. And that was the big challenge of the film, was kind of the shooting locations themselves.
It looks so spectacular on screen, like it feels like a effect. And when you see it in real life, you can't believe that some of these places exist. They're just so alien.
But I think it's definitely tougher for the actress because the makeup is always messy. It's probably the messiest film you've ever made, right, Mila? Because you're covered in dust and mud and sand.
That's for sure.
Dirt and blood.
Yeah, definitely. But, I think it was incredible too because, shooting on these landscapes, it was really hard. I mean, at one point, both Tony, Ja, and our eyeballs were sunburned, but it added so much for us as actors because it felt at times like you weren't making a movie at all. It felt like real life.
I didn't know that you can sunburn your eyeball. What was it like?
He only discovered that
on my birthday. But your eyes just become completely bloodshot, and no matter how many drops you put in, it doesn't go away, and it really hurts, to open them. So it was definitely crazy.
My editor, he stayed in Los Angeles in the comfort of his office, and he didn't see the shooting, he just saw the footage. And he called me and he said, Mila and Tony look amazing. They look like they feel well. How did you get them to look like that? Did you put drops in their eyes? And I said, no.
Because it's all real. But have you ever occurred to both of you that, making it in a green screen with a green screen might be much easier and less expensive?
Well, definitely, but it wouldn't look as good. I knew the giant monsters would look fantastic, but I wanted the landscape therein to be equally spectacular. And I think we did the right thing by going out and shooting them for real.
And how, Mila, do you think it's a good idea? I mean, in terms of acting, it must be good to act in a real set instead of just with green screen, right?
Well, for sure. I mean, I've done a lot of work on a stage with a green screen.
You are almost an expert.
Some incredible visuals in a computer, but I have to say the reality that it gives you as an actor to be out in the middle of, you know, these kind of locations, it really, you feel more connected to the character you're playing, and you feel much more connected to, you know, the landscapes of the movie. You feel like you're really living it.
To kill a monster, you need a monster.
Diablo. Nesera. Diablo.
Smart.
And I want to have a moment of compassion of two of you. Looking back to making the Resident Evil compared to this time, I mean, the Monster Hunter, what would you say to each other back then and now?
To each other, like, what would I want to say to Paul?
Yeah, when you made Resident Evil. How dare you? That was when you made the Resident Evil, and how about this time for making Monster Hunter? So how dare you?
On my birthday, how could you? But I'd always also say thank you. It's been such an adventure, you know. It's been incredible to work together for so many years and made such incredible, fun, visually spectacular movies together and such iconic characters. It's been so amazing.
Yeah, and the adventure continues. I mean, this last movie was totally different to any other movie we've made before. You know, the whole experience of going into wild nature to shoot was a new experience. I think the movie it's produced is completely different to anything we've done before as well.
Do you think it's a love of...
I'm so sorry, Liza, your time is up.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much anyway.
Thanks.
Oh, thank you, Mila, and hope to see you again soon in Taiwan.
Love you.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
别忘了订阅我们的频道，打开小铃铛就不会错过任何精彩内容，随时上架。我们下回再见。